I wanted to bring up another podcast. So do you know what's been going on with the Joe Budden podcast?
I've never heard that name before.
God damn it. Can you stop with your
Who is-
Caucasianness, please?
Who is Joe Budden?
Joe
That's no disrespect to Joe Budden. I just have never.
No,
heard
it
that
is
before.
disrespect to the entire hip hop community. I can't believe. All right. So Joe Budden is a retired, I'm using air quotes there, rapper. You know the song Pump It Up?
Maybe.
Pump it up.
Okay. Yeah.
That is Joe Budden.
Okay.
That's his biggest hit. But anyway, he has one of the most influential and like one of the biggest hip hop based podcasts there is. Their whole Spotify deal fell through and all this stuff. But anyway, the reason that I bring him up is he fired. I don't know if he necessarily fired, and I just listened to their reaction video, but his two co-hosts left the show. Whether they got fired, whether they left on their own accord, you'll have to listen to the whole thing to kind of make that decision. Ultimately, they helped build the show to what it is today, and they had some money issues. It started way back in 2018. So their whole take is they were asking, they didn't own the IP. They had no IP ownership, right?
Okay.
So they had profit sharing, the three of them, which is smart.
Okay.
Good way to do it, right? Draft up a contract, we profit share, so on and so forth. Well, they had been for years asking for the accounting, meaning what's coming in, what's going out, because we don't really know. And when they would ask about that, Joe, and this is just what they're saying, Joe would get really defensive and angry about it, call them insecure and this and that. And so their whole take on it is like, look, man, we're in a profit sharing partnership here. Like It's normal protocol for us to ask for the accounting, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Apparently when they finally did get it back in 2019, there was a $400,000 mistake that one of them caught, not even one of their accountants. It didn't even make its way to their accountant yet. They caught it.
Dang.
And when they got it, though, the first thing they got when they asked for accounting was an email. And there were 5 line items in the body of an email, which is preposterous. Okay. The second thing they got was an Excel spreadsheet, which again is a preposterous way to get the books. When you're asking for the books, you get the books. Okay.
Right.
So they caught the mistake. It got fixed. So they've been at odds when it comes to this since. They tried to make it work, but the guys kept asking. And then what it boiled down to was what they feel is just Joe became a different person. Ego kind of became out of this world. One of the guys brought up like, yeah, so when it came to their Patreon deal, I guess Joe's manager came to him and said, we're having an issue with the Patreon deal. You know, you're making this amount, which we're still going to give you, but we need to come. He goes, you know what? Don't give me this month's Patreon money. Give it to the crew. Give it to the people who, in essence, he didn't say it in these words, but in essence, work harder than I do.
That's
right?
dope.
It's bad to go into business with your friends. It's not always the best thing to do. I'm sure you know people that can tell you horror stories. I have a few of my own.